Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Plays the Thing. My name's Matt. And in today's live stream, we are playing Final Girl again. And the reason I wanted to play this was because I wanted to play it. And I just done my top 5 solo games of 2024, and Final Girl was in that top 5 list. And yeah, I just wanted, sorry, I just muted everything. I just wanted to play it again. So I am. And today we have done another random setting using the Final Girl app. So I will record my result at the end. But if we look down at what we're doing, today we are playing against Geppetto. We are Gretel. There she is, Gretel, who has 5 spaces for victims, and her power is that she may convert a 2 roll to a success by discarding 3 action cards, which is, I don't think that's great. Discarding 3 action cards is a lot of cards to discard, but I guess in a push it might help her. But if she saves more victims, we go down 1 on the horror track, which is quite useful, I think. Oh, you can't see her down there because she's under my card. I'll tell you what, I'll put her there. You can see it there. And we're in the Storybook woods, which is good for Gretel, I'm hoping. But Geppetto, I think I've played Geppetto a couple of times. I don't believe that I've ever defeated Geppetto. I feel like he's quite hard, but you never know. I've also drawn my event card, which is, let's get it in focus, the Pied Piper. So the Pied Piper, place the Pied Piper in the village. Any other victims in the same space as the Pied Piper, now or in the future, are killed. But also all of these extra characters that come from events. So here's the Pied Piper over here. They are victims as well. So I can rescue the Pied Piper as far as I'm aware. He is a victim. So I'm hoping that, yeah, I can rescue him. The other thing to note is there are 5 victims in the glen. This is the breadcrumb trail, it's called. Yeah, there are 5 victims, and I need to get them out of there. It's quite good in a way because they're all together, so I could get all of them out. The only thing about the glen is it's 1, 2, 3 stops away from a space to rescue them. Whereas Geppetto is going to spawn and move in this phase, but then his puppets are going to kill. So once he moves to a victim, he's going to be targeting victims, not me. The puppet, if it's spawned in that area, will kill the victim. I'll explain the puppets. It's a little bit complicated, but I think I've got it in my head. So let's start. As you know, if you've watched any of my other playthroughs of Final Girl, I do like to get the horror track down so that I can get 3 die. You can just see the names of those. Sorry, I just realised some of these cards are off screen, but you can see them. So I think, why not? Let's start with a focus. And let's see what we get. So we're going to play a focus and roll 2 die. Okay, so we get 1 success. So we move down on the horror track and we lose 1 time. I'm going to put those there for now. I think we definitely want to walk. It's very tempting to we could rescue this victim, and one of the things that Gretel gets when she rescues is 2 down on the horror track, which obviously would be very good. So let's walk. So we're going to walk, do a roll for that, and we get no successes. So we can move 1 space, lose a life and lose 2 time, or we can just lose 2 time. I think I'd like to move. Yeah, so I'm going to move here, and then I lose a life, and we move 2 down on the time track. I think I'm going to try another walk. Okay, so we could chuck 2 cards to get 1 success, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rid of my weak attack and short rest. So we get 1 success, which means we move 1 space and lose 1 time, but we can move here, rescue this victim, and we'll put them on that one that gives us 2 down on the horror track. So now, at this stage, we would roll 3 die. Do you know what? I think I'm going to use that focus as well and roll 3 die. We should... Oh, we did lose 1 time. That's all right. So we're going to roll 3. And we get no successes. Look at that. So we move down 2. Oh, so we're in a bad position here. So that's the end of our action phase. Planning phase, we have 0 time, so we can't get any cards. We don't have any of these cards. So we're not going to play any cards in our next phase. So basically the killer is going to get 2 phases, which is a disaster. We move back up to 6. Killer phase, resolve the killer action. So the killer will spawn 1 puppet, and they are spawned in their space. And then sorry, I'm wrong. The minions, yeah, okay. So the minions will spawn 1 puppet in the killer's space, and then they will move towards a villager, and they always go to the closest target, so they're going to move here. And then the killer, now killer means everything that the killer has, and puppets will go first. So they're going to kill 1 of the victims, and then Geppetto has no people in his space, so that's that. Now these puppets as well, they're attached by string, so they can't go more than 2 spaces away from Geppetto. So this is actually quite good for us until he moves. Well, he might move now. Anyway, let's see the terror card. So it says, focus. Come on, focus. There we go. So it says, move the killer 3 spaces towards grandmother's house, picking up and moving 1 victim with the killer if able. So grandmother's house is here, and the shortest route to grandmother's house is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're going to move 1, 2, 3. And they don't pick up any victims, but we do an event card. So the event card is, place the toll bridge token anywhere on the river so that it touches 2 spaces. Those spaces are now adjacent. You must spend time to cross and an additional time if a victim follows you. Okay, so excuse me, I'm just going to have to tilt up this to get the toll bridge. There it is. So we can put this toll bridge token anywhere on the river so it touches 2 spaces. That is interesting. Oh yeah, there are lots of bridge spaces, I see. I think I might put it here so that I can cross here and get to this space, even though I have to pay more time to get them across. It might be a viable thing to do. So that's the end of that killer phase. Panic phase. No, there are no victims in the killer space. Upkeep phase. Rearrange items. No. So it's the play phase. We don't have any cards. So we can't do anything, which is a bummer. But we will go to our planning phase where we get all our free cards back and we have 6 to spend. So I will get a sprint for 2. So we have 4 left. I'll pick up a search for 2. And then I'll get the 2 close calls as well. Have we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? We have 10 cards. It's a 10 card hand maximum. So we've used all our time. And that's the end of our go. And the killer phase resolves actions. So minions spawn 1 minion. And they move, same movement as Geppetto. So they move 1 towards victims. So this puppet is going here. This puppet is going here. Puppets, killers attack. So 1 dead. Another dead. And we move it up the horror track. And then, yeah, so Geppetto isn't killing at the moment. Now, I've made a mistake, so I'm going to just backtrack a little bit. I've made a big mistake, actually. Oh, no, that was right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so this puppet needs to be within 2 distance of Geppetto, and they are not. So what they will do is, I've got to move that down as well. They will move back towards Geppetto every turn until they are within 2 spaces away from him. Now, they will attack if they end up in a space with something to attack. But this means that this puppet is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away from Geppetto. And the quickest way back is here. So they're actually going to move back. And they're only moving 1. So they can't get there. So this victim has survived. And that's, so now there's a tarot card. Tarot card says, Dear Lord, are those our friends? I don't know why it suddenly decided to stop focusing. There we go. So everyone's going to move towards a victim or the final girl. So this puppet doesn't need to move. Geppetto is going to move into this space, which is bad news. And this puppet is even further away. And now it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, this is the puppet, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so they are going to move here. And then they're all going to attack. So we do the puppets first. They kill. This moves up. The horror track moves up. This puppet attacks me, and they always attack for 1. I do not have anything to stop that happening. And then Geppetto is also attacking for 1. So he's killing another victim, which moves this up, which means the dark power is revealed. And the dark power is, if all of the puppets are on the board, Geppetto cannot be killed. Any damage that would remove his final health token is ignored. Okay, and actually this puppet should have come out here as well, I think. And moved here and killed another victim. Whoa, so this would have moved up again. And then roll a die for each victim with each victim with or adjacent to a puppet. Okay, so we'll start with this victim. So we get a 4. Move the victim towards the puppet. Well, that one doesn't move. I was doing that one. These ones are adjacent. So that's a 6. Move the victim 1 space in any direction. So I will move them away. Not moving into the Pied Piper. And that's the end of that. And then everyone attacks again. So this victim dies straight away. And this goes up. And we do an event. Breadcrumb path. Yeah. They took bits of bread and scattered crumbs to lead them home. Choose 2 of the following spaces, dell, meadow, or clearing. Place a breadcrumb path token on them. You may move between these spaces as if they were adjacent. Only you can use the breadcrumb path, and victims cannot follow you. So, breadcrumb path. Let's get the breadcrumbs. Oops. And there they are. Wow. So we can use dell, meadow, or clearing. So I'm closest to the meadow. And I could want to get to the dell. Yeah, so let's put that there. And that was because we moved the track up because that victim died. So this puppet is also going to attack us for 1. And there's nothing we can do about it. So that is the end of the killer's phase. And what a phase it was. They've killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 victims. Great. Now it's the panic phase, but there is no panicking. Upkeep phase, no, we don't have any items. So now it is our go. Now I'm going to do a focus to try and get this horror track back up to 3 dies. So let's see what we get. Okay, we've got 1 success. And I will think I'll throw my other focus and a close call away to get 2 successes. So it moves up and we get 2 time. And then I will weak attack on this puppet. So we actually have 3 die now. Weak attack. 1 success. No, we're not going to take more damage. I will chuck away a walk and a search to get 2 successes. So I do 1 damage. That puppet goes back to exhausted. So this puppet won't come out next turn. It'll just move back to ready, basically. And then I am going to sprint. So, yeah, I'm going to sprint. Roll 3 die. I get 1 success. So I can move 2 spaces. Actually, I'm going to use my close call to re-roll all dice for 2. Oops. I have no idea where they were. I know they were there. Oh, they were there, weren't they? At the gingerbread house. Yeah. Which was a disaster. Absolute disaster. Okay, I'm going to have to throw those 2 cards away. We'll move 2 spaces. We'll go 1, 2 down to here. And we lose 1 time. And that's the end of our go. So then we have 5 to spend. So we'll get a sprint. And I think I'll get a distraction. So that's my 5. And all these go back. So all these. I had such a good game last game, and this one we are Geppetto, and these puppets are just getting me. Okay, so that was my planning phase. The killer phase, resolve the killer action. So spawn 1 puppet, but there are no puppets, so they move back to there. These 2 puppets are going to move 1 up to 3, but they are going to move here, where these 2 are, and they are going to kill them. Yep, they both die. So this moves up twice, and we do another event card. Travelers. Place 2 new victims at the Dell. 2 new victims at the meadow, and 2 new victims at the clearing. Wow, okay. So, 2 new victims at the dell. Where is the dell? Where they are. Great. 2 new victims at the meadow. Where is the meadow? Where is the meadow? Oh, there's the meadow, where I am. And 2 new victims at the clearing. I'm going to put that away because we don't need that anymore. Okay. That's fun. Not. Why are you all coming here? Why are you all coming to the Storybook Woods? Okay, so Geppetto can't kill anyone. They are still within 2. Yeah, they're only in 1 of him. So we do a terror card. Make a horror roll. Okay, so on this horror roll, if we get successes, we move all puppets 1 space towards you or the nearest victim. And if we don't, we kill a victim in our space. So we've got, so the 3 die is working against us. Okay, so we get 2 successes, which is good. Move all puppets 1 space towards you or the nearest victim. So I am 1, 2, 3, I'm 4 away. So I am going to move them. And then there's one miss. So I have to kill one of the victims in my space. That's the end of that. But when I do that, this would move up, but it's not. It's at the top, so we discard 1 terror card instead, which obviously isn't great because when we run out of terror cards, we advance everything. So that is the end of the killer phase. The panic phase, there are no victims in spaces. Upkeep phase, no, we don't need to reveal anything, so it is our go. So I am going to sprint. And I need to get a success here. So we've got 2 successes. So I am going to, I can move 3 spaces. So I could use the breadcrumb trail, but I can't take that victim with me. But I could go 1, 2, 3 and save them. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the breadcrumb trail to come here, 1, and then I'm going to take these 2, 3, and I'm going to save these 2. And then I can take the long rest action card. I could do that. I think I will do that. Take the long rest action card, and then I can move up to 2 spaces. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move 1. Should I save that victim? Or should I try go up here and save them both? If I save them both, I can turn over my cards. I'm going to move up here with that victim and keep them there. And then, I still have 5 time. Should I have a long rest? I don't know whether I need to. They're all Geppetto attacks for 2, puppets attack for 1. I tell you what, I'm going to use my distraction again. See if I can get 2 successes on this. I get 1 success. So we move down 1 on the horror track and gain 1 time, which is good enough. I'm not going to use the long rest. I'm going to keep it. So we do the planning phase. The planning phase, we take all our 0 cards back. And we have 6 to spend. I'm definitely going to take a sprint. Which is 2. So I've got 4 left. Ooh, what shall I get? I haven't got any weapons at all. But I just don't know if I'm going to get them. Certainly not this turn. What do I want to do? I want to save these. And then what? Do you know what? I might take a retaliate or a guard. I have 4 left. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a guard. No. I'm not going to get attacked next time. I don't think I'm going to get attacked next time. Tricky. I'm going to take planning. I never usually use planning, but distraction and sprint. Okay, that is the end of my planning. So now we resolve another killer phase. So we will spawn 1 puppet where Geppetto is. And they will move towards victims. And they have 3 movement now. Oh, God. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to 1, 2, 3. No, they can't move that far. They can only move 2 away from Geppetto. This is what I keep forgetting. So these victims are 1, 2, 3 away. So it's going to move 1, 2. This one is 1, 2 already. So the only option is to go up here. 1, 2, 1, 2. They're still 2 away from Geppetto. Everyone's going to attack, but there is no one to attack. So we do terror card. And it says, the closest puppet to you moves towards you and then attacks. Where's this supposed to be there? But it can't because it will be too far away. So, if you were damaged by the puppet, move 1 space closer to Geppetto. If you are in Geppetto's space or there are no puppets in your space, discard this card. Otherwise, resolve this entire card again. I think I've done that right. So the closest puppet to you moves towards me and attacks me, but it can't. If you were damaged, I wasn't. Move 1 space closer to Geppetto. If you are in Geppetto's space or no puppets in your space, discard this card. Yeah, I think I've done that right. I don't really understand that card. So that's the end of the killer phase. Panic phase, no one is panicking. Upkeep phase, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's my go. And, well, I am sprinting. I really want to make it there. I want to make it there so much, I'm going to use planning. So with planning, I do a horror roll, and I've got 2 successes, so I do 3 extra die for the next horror roll, which is going to be sprint. So I'm now rolling 6 horror die. And ironically, I have 1 success. I think I might discard something. Discard a short rest and a focus to get 2 successes. I mean, come on. So I'll move 3 spaces. 1, 2. So I can rescue these 2. That should have gone back up to 6. I get 2 time. And I get a life back. And Gretel gets a superpower. And I can convert rolls of 2 to a success by discarding 3 action cards. And if I save any more victims, which is unlikely, I go down on the horror track. So I've moved 3 spaces. I have to pay for this card. And I have 1 move left. Where do I want to go? I kind of want to kill puppets. I can get 1, 2. It's going to take me a while to get up there. I think I'm going to go this way. I think I'm the only one. No, anyone can use the bridge. But I have to pay time to cross it. Okay. So I've used those. I still have cards to play. Let's do a walk. I wish I got an attack now. Let's do a walk. I can't harm Geppetto if these 3 puppets are on the board. So I'm going to do a walk. Oh. You may convert A2 to a success by discarding 3 cards. Or I can get 1 success by... I'm going to discard those 2. One space. Okay, I'll move 1 space and lose a time. And then I'll do another walk. I get 1 success, so I can move 1 space, lose another time, and then I will do a weak attack. Come on, die. I get 2 successes, so I do 1 damage, so I can kill 1 puppet. I'm in the same space as a puppet, but, you know, I've got to go for it now, haven't I? Got to go for it. Okay, so that is the end of my turn. And I feel like I've done something wrong, like I've used all my 0 time cards by mistake. Anyway. And I will get to spend 5 time. So I'll get a sprint 2 and a guard for 2, and a close call. And these go back. So that is the end of my planning phase. And it's the killer phase again. So this doesn't spawn, but it moves back up. And then the puppets will move towards victims. So this puppet is going to, hold on, it's 1, 2 away. Yeah, it's going to move towards that victim. This puppet is 1, 2 away, so it can't move anywhere. It can't move towards these because it isn't close enough, and it can't go 3 away if it can't get back. So this puppet is going to kill the Pied Piper, which moves up, which we remove a terror card. Pied Piper is gone. Geppetto's not doing anything. He's just sitting there controlling his puppets. Nasty Geppetto. And then we draw a terror card. You'll make a fun new toy. 2 up on the horror track. And everyone moves towards the closest victim or final girl, which is me. So they will move 3, 1, 2, 3, and Geppetto moves as well, and they are all going to attack me. So the puppets attack first. They will do 1 damage each to me, which I'm not going to do anything about. And then Geppetto is going to attack for 2. So I'm going to use my guard. I can only roll 2 die. So he's doing 2, yeah. Oh dear, 2 damage. I can. We're back to 6 time. I'm going to discard these 2 cards to get 1 success. Reduce by 2. Am I going to do that? I'm going to use a close call to re-roll 1 die. I'm going to take a re-roll for 2 die by taking 2 time. I get 2 successes, so I ignore all damage. So Geppetto misses. I don't know what he's hitting me with. Probably the sticks that he's like using to control his puppets. So that is the end of the killer phase. Panic phase. No, there's just me and I don't panic. Not much anyway. These are played. Upkeep phase. We're not out of terror cards yet. And it's my action phase. I only have 1 card, and it is a sprint. So I'm going to try and sprint away on a roll of 2. And it's a miss. So I can either lose 1 life, lose 2 time, and move 1 space, which isn't going to help me much, but it might keep me away from Geppetto for once. I tell you what, I will move to this village. So move 1 space, lose 1 life. I have 1 life left. Lose 2 time. And it's the end of my go. Oh dear. I think I'm gonna die. Geppetto! So I have 2 time. I get these cards back. I have 2 time, so I'm gonna get a sprint. These go back. And it is the killer phase. Okay, so we spawn another puppet. And they all move towards victims, not towards me. And then they attack, and there is no one to attack. I'm lucky. But we have a tarot card to resolve. There's something in the trees. Oh no. They've spotted me. So everyone's moving twice for 6. And moving towards the closest. Me, Final Girl, or Victim. And I am the closest. So they're all going to move towards me. Everyone's moved towards me. Because there's something in the trees and it's me. If there is at least one victim in the killer space, move up this track. I've forgotten the name of it for a moment, but there aren't, so we don't. So I have survived. Panic phase, no. Upkeep phase, no. Still not out of tarot cards. We have 2 left. So it is my go. Did I get a search? No. Should have got a search. I've got a couple of focuses, so I'm going to focus. Okay, so I can, if I discard 3 cards, convert that into 1 success. So I will discard a focus, a walk, and another walk. That is a 2, so I can convert that. So it's 1 success. So horror track moves down and I lose 1 time. And I think I'm going to do a weak attack. But I now have 3 die again. So weak attack. Oh. Oh. Oh, now. I actually have 4 die. So I'm going to roll another one because I have 1 life left. Ha! So I would lose a life, which might kill me, and my game is over. If I discard these 2, I still lose 1 life. So whatever happens, we're turning over this last life token. So let's go for it. I will do 1 attack to kill one of the puppets. But I have to lose 1 life. So here we go. If there are hearts on the back of this, we will live another day. If not, game is over. Oh no, look. No. Dead. I feel like Geppetto had the upper hand right from the start on this one. I'm quite pleased that I got to turn over our final girl to get her power. But honestly, I never felt like I was anywhere near getting any damage on Geppetto. So there we go. The final girl, Gretel, is no more. A few victims survived, but I think they're going to get cleared up. Geppetto's going to get them. Geppetto, I find the puppets hard to sort of like manage because they're not supposed to move that far away from Geppetto. But it's kind of like, I just find it a little bit tricky with them. But yeah, I mean, they basically. I'm surprised I survived for so long, actually, to be honest with you. But that was tough. That was really tough. Okay, well, that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this game and this playthrough. Please like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. Okay, bye.